Welcome to Risotto Lockdown in France edition. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your stock boiling. So you might wonder, how much water should I use? So I use a quart of cooking stock plus 2 cups of water. And here I just fill up the pot, and then I'm going to throw in, I think, 2 of these little bouillon cubes. So that's the plan. Now, while our stock's warming up, we're going to start sauteing our other things. So let's put in a little olive oil. That's cute little olive oil. It's adorable. It's like an airplane-sized olive oil. Throw in a little olive oil. Warm it up. Now, here I got my prep bowls. I got my chopped onions, not too small, and I got my garlic. Now, you might think, I don't do prep bowls, but we're in quarantine, we're on lockdown. What else are you gonna do? All right, I got my nice hot pot. Throw in my onions. Throw in my garlic. Saute it so it's nice and golden. All right, so looks like our water's boiling, so I'm gonna throw my bouillon cubes. And then over here, looks like our onions are done. So I'm gonna put in a little more oil for toasting our rice. So I've got my arborio rice here for risotto, and I'm gonna measure it. So as you probably know, European recipes are in grams. So I got my 250 grams of rice here, right? This container was hilarious. All right, so I got my 250 grams of rice. Pop it in there, and then I'm gonna toast it in the oil. Looks pretty toasted, so you can see that the grains of rice have become a little bit translucent here and there. So once you take up like this, a pandemic is no time to let your manners slide. Take some cooking stock, put it in, that's it. Now, if you have white wine, this first type, you can put in your white wine. So I recommend that because then right here at this point, it's letting off all the alcohol. You can just breathe it in, and all the alcohol goes straight to your sinuses. Of course, mine is just cooking stock, so no such luck here. And then the idea is you just stir it until all the water is absorbed. All right, looks like my water's all absorbed, so gonna take another teacup full, put it in. It's supposed to be a quarter of a cup each time. So if you don't have a teacup, you can use a quarter of a cup. Now you might wonder, why am I putting in the cooking stock a quarter of a cup at a time? And it's because you want the rice to very slowly release its starches because that makes it very creamy. Okay, looks like the water's absorbed again, so got my teacup. Put in a little more, and that's literally all you do. You just iterate this until the stock is gone. So it's about 24 times. A couple minutes each time, no big deal. Now, you might wonder, Diana, how did you become such a risotto expert? Well, let me tell you. In the spring of 2016, I had a 24-hour layover in Portugal, and I went to a small restaurant that was recommended by a colleague. And so I was eating alone there, and there was another woman who was also at her own table eating alone. And so the waiter suggested that we eat together. And great idea. We started talking. Her name was Sara Pamperoni. She was from Italy. And we ended up meeting up the next day to have lunch. And then after I got home, she sent me a recipe for risotto. So I've been making it ever since. And I have developed a kind of recipe that I like. It's delicious. It's amazing. All right, now this next bit is a Diana innovation. So the original recipe called for sausage. This is a funny story, actually. The recipe called for sausage, and I went to the grocery store, and there are all these different kinds of sausages. And so I said, Sarah, what kind of sausage? And she said, you know, regular sausage. And I realized Italian sausage. It's like Diana, the whole recipe is Italian. All right, so instead of sausage, because Diana is living a plant-based lifestyle, basically, we got this boiling stock over here, and we're gonna take these carrots, again, in your prep bowl, and I'm gonna boil them in stock. Boom. Now you always want your food to have a sense of place. So I'm in France, so I bought these herbes de Provence, and I'm gonna put those in the cooking stock so that the stock and the carrots get a little herbes de Provence flavor. So we're about halfway there. Our risotto looking pretty good. Now, our risotto is starting to look downright creamy, but this is no time to get complacent. Nope, keep going. You can try it if you want, but you may find that it is still a little on the crunchy side. So you want to keep going because the more liquid you put in, the more delicious and creamy it will be. All right, so that's pretty much got it. So our carrots are cooked. There's not much liquid left. So I'm just gonna throw the whole thing in there. Mix it all up. Let that simmer and blend a little bit. All right, and now I've got this bag of frozen spinach, frozen chopped spinach, épinards hachés, and I'm gonna put it in. And check this out. In France, the frozen spinach is like little ingots. They're like gold. They're amazing. So throw those in there. Right at the end. So as you can see, right now I have a heterogeneous mixture. But don't worry. It'll all blend in. All right, so now all my spinach has melted and it's sort of combined in there. Now the last thing you're supposed to do with risotto is it's supposed to be finished with butter and cheese. Now, if you're maintaining a plant-based lifestyle, don't do it. But if you're in lockdown in France and you happen to have a little butter left over, I say throw it in. So throw it in and cover it up. And then I got this Saint-Félicien cheese. Pretty nice, right? So I'm gonna use half of this. All right, so I got half of my Saint-Félicien. I'm gonna put that in there. And then cover it up, let it melt. And that's it, mix it up, and you're done. So let's check in on our butter and cheese. Looks like they're pretty well melted. Butter's disappeared and that cheese is getting awfully melty and delicious. All right, so looks pretty creamy and delicious. Let's try it. Yum. So that is Risotto French Lockdown Edition, brought to you by Diana. See you next time.